Let's turn this all up. Okay. Woo! Okay, so, what's up? JMLScreen022 here, and today I plan to show off some of the recent glitches that I have discovered, along with the help of a couple of my friends who've been in calls with me and whatnot, and I'm just gonna load up Alto and I'm gonna showcase these. Right. So the first glitch that we have is which one would I like to showcase first? I have I don't really have different kinds of ones. So I guess the first one that I'll display is um delay skip. So today all these glitches will be focused around the tutorial, since that's the category I've been speedrunning, and that's the category that I enjoy the most, or I think I would enjoy, because there's hardly like any RNG. If there is any RNG, it's not that noticeable. So I I believe this category is a lot more simple and it's a lot more fun, and you're not entirely reliant on RNG and whatnot. So, anyways, let me. Oh, goodbye. Title screen. Okay, that was unintentional, but I digress. So the first thing I'll do is delay skip. Basically, if I just start this normally, right? It's the tutorial, and if I start this normally, right? I'll keep going. This rock appears. This rock appears, and yeah, the rock appears, and you jump over and you continue. However, there's a way to make the rock appear on the first little hill that appears. So you can do that by clicking the start, pausing the game, unpausing it, and then you can click. And then, boom. Um, Basically, what this does is that by pausing and unpausing the game, it gets rid of this delay that you have that when you start. Hence why I call it delay skip. A different version of this glitch um, is llama skip, where you like basically over skip the delay, or like let me start over. Um, the other version of the delay skip is one that is the other version of the delay skip is one where you skip past the llamas, and that's called llama skip, and it's not good. It's not good, and I'll show you why in a moment. If I can get it. Another annoying thing is that like you can't click like on the menu if you have one of those text boxes appear. Now for this one, I think what you have to do is that you have to tab to another window and then come back to Alto. Oh, or not. Yeah, I'm trying. I want to try to get this to work. But it's so finicky. The timing is so weird. It's like, normally if I pause as early as I can, it works. It works better. Pausing as early as possible. Darn it. Darn it. It's a specific timing, and I just wish I could get it, but I doubt. I don't know if I'll be able to get it. Because it has a funny consequence. Because in essence, this... There we go. There we go. I did it. Okay. You just have to click. As soon as it says go, you click. Alrighty. Okay. So, as you can tell, where's the rock? Here's the thing. There's never going to be a rock. Because the game is waiting for you to collect 4 llamas. And since you can't ever collect the 4 llamas, the rock will never spawn, therefore you can never continue. And I physically can't jump. I can spam my keyboard. I can do up arrow mouse. It doesn't matter. None of it's gonna work. I can pause, unpause, like, and I can keep going. And the meters still keep going up. Like, the meters still keep going up. You still get bonus points from the sunrise and sunset if you wait there that long. And so, yeah. And so you just can't do anything, and that's and that's why I don't really want to do endless or any of the meter categories, because it just feels, because although that completely ruins the point of the endless category, it's still, in my opinion, it makes the endless category stupid. Anyways, so that's that. Now, another thing I would like to head on down to, what should we do? Well, another thing that I should mention is, So, another thing I should mention is, it's not, I wouldn't say this is more of a glitch, but it's more of a piece of tech, that if you jump at the bottom of a hill, if you jump at the bottom of the scoop of a hill, like down, if you jump at the bottom of the scoop of a hill, I can do it after this chasm. So if I jump right now, it's faster than actually riding down it. So I don't know why, but it's just a tiny bit faster, like the tiniest bit faster. I'd say it's about like 0.2, 0.3 seconds faster, but that's actually a surprising amount of time, because it's just, yeah. And so if you want to go just a tiny bit faster, at the bottom of relatively steep hills, you got to jump right before you enter like the scoop at the bottom of the hill. And so that's not necessarily a glitch, but it's an interesting piece of tech that would help increase the times, if done a lot throughout the run. If it saves about 0.2 seconds when done correctly, then you could save plenty of time in some of the meter runs where you're like trying to get 10,000 meters. I believe that's it. So let's go. I believe this is the climax of the video that you guys probably have all seen from the title. Like, you clicked on this video and you're like, what? How's that possible in this game? This game is simple. This game shouldn't be broken. Why is it broken? How do you do this? Well, let me show you. I'm just gonna hate to break it to you that it's not what you think it is. It's not what you think it is. It's not. Let's just say, at least yet, it's the only place where you can do it. This glitch is in the chasm. You can only teleport in the chasm. In the chasm of the tutorial. Just because of how when you die in the tutorial, what occurs. However, let me show you another glitch while we're at it. Here, let me just get past here. So, just watch this. Oh, nice. Well, look at that. That was 2 glitches in 1. Okay, let me explain what just happened there. So, okay, so, ramps are broken, okay? Like, ramps are just broken, okay? And the tutorial is broken. The way that you detect how you jump across a chasm is broken. Basically, this chasm in this tutorial is with a ramp is a perfect mashup. It's a perfect storm of just complete utter brokenness. Like, it's just the most broken thing about this entire game is this singular chasm that you have in the tutorial level. And that was one side effect there. I hadn't seen that one in a while, but if you die, if you crash into the ramp, for some reason, you can kind of see this when you're playing it on normally, not in the tutorial. If you crash onto a ramp, for some reason your character like comes back alive, like a limbo thing, and then but then the second it comes off the ramp and hits the ground, it just goes back to where it's sitting down. I don't know why, but it's weird. And so that's how you can end up with your character like on like a bunting line, but it appears that it's sitting down dead somehow. So the first thing that you'll notice about this is that if you die and then fall into the chasm, 2 of these text boxes appear. One of them because you crashed, and another one because you fell into the chasm. This doesn't necessarily have any weird effects necessarily. It's just 2 text boxes layered on top of each other. Another thing that you noticed is that I jumped across the chasm. Even though I didn't, that is because of the detection of how I believe from practice and from watching footage and performing this experimenting on this chasm a bunch of times, is that I believe there's 2 like invisible barriers on either side of the chasm. And so what the game is checking for is that you cross it normally if you enter the one on the left and then exit the one on the right, it counts as jumping the chasm. So, however, it appears that in the game that by crossing one of them for some reason, I guess there has to be some like temporary variable so that the temporary variable is like 0. Okay. And then you cross the first barrier on the left side of the chasm. Now it's 1. Now that temporary variable is 2. And then you land on the other side, cross the second barrier, and now the temporary variable is 2. It gives you the jump across, it gives you the chasm jump trick points, and it sets the temp variable back to 0. However, there's nothing preventing it from crossing the first one, crossing back through the first one, and then crossing through it again. There's nothing preventing that. So, like, if you can find a way to do that, you can still get the jump across the chasm, even though you haven't jumped across the chasm. So that's if I hope that made sense, but um yeah, I hope that made sense. And also the edge of the ramp, I'll have to restart this now. I can explain it though. The edge of the ramp, if you hit the edge of the ramp, you saw how it get bounced back. And for some reason, if you keep holding down the mouse, you like go back farther, as in like you're backflipping while you're dead or something. And so it's weird because it has many weird side effects depending on where you crash, depending on how much speed you have, um, what your angle is. Like it changes the outcome of it, and so you could do it like a dozen different times, and you'd get several different outcomes. Out of all of them, one of them is what you just saw, where you crash, but for some, but and you still and you make it across the chasm. Because what happens is that if you crash into the chasm, the game puts you where the game determines to put you. Um, is really weird. I don't know how, but the game determines it puts you on the other side of the chasm, depending on like where you are. Depending on, I guess, what that temp variable is, it determines where it puts you. And so I'd have no clue what. I have no clue how it put me on the other side, because if I can recreate, there's a different version of that where the same things happens, but instead of putting you on the other side, it acts like it puts you straight over the chasm. And it's a soft lock. So I don't know why you get soft lock and why you just freeze in place, but it's weird. And that's another version. One of them is it puts you on the other side of the chasm. Is another one is a soft lock. It's a soft lock. The other one is just you fall inside the chasm. Yep, here's the soft lock. Oh, no. So I didn't get soft lock that time because depending on what you do, I believe if you close out the oh, look at that. I jumped the chasm twice, as you if you looked up at the top right. Um, yeah, I mean, it doesn't need much explanation. It's just purely broken. And finally, I'll make a timestamp to all the glitches in the description. So this is the teleport. This is what you've all been waiting for. All right, let's explain. So if you crash and you end in this, and you land in the last third section, like you see these three posts sticking on the ground, you have to be in between. You have to be past the second one. I believe if this, it should work right here. And so if you just, and so what you do is that you land on the final third section, right? Without falling off. And you have to keep holding your mouse down. So the little oops, pick yourself back up again text disappears. You have to do that. If it was here, I wouldn't have done it right. You hold down, you time a jump so that you hold down the mouse button, so you crash into there, you land, and while you still hold the mouse button, the text will automatically disappear. You keep holding the mouse button until the text box disappears. And then you let go, and then you just hold. Let's see, will this work? Oh, dude, it gets me every time. It gets me every time, every time. Oh, God. Like, and so, let's try that again, shall we? Oh my God. See, like, actually, okay, so this is an instance of where it wouldn't work. Because if I try to pick myself back up, if that text box appears, it's not going to work. So, here. Oh no, I did it wrong again. So, as far as I know, all of these are PC exclusive. So, I'm sorry, mobile players. Oh, well, hello. Yet again, there's another instance of it. I don't know. I don't know why all these things occurred. If I could, like, look at the game values, then I'd love to. But yet again, let me show the teleport for the as a last hurrah, because alrighty. So you make the text box appear. I do not believe this works, but if this works, I don't think it'll work. Oh, what? Okay, that worked. So yeah, I don't know why you teleport. I think it has something to do with the fact that for some reason your position is stored when you crash. Like your position is stored when you crash for some reason if you crash onto a ramp. But this doesn't happen when you're playing normally because you can't it's it's impossible to pick yourself back up when you're on a ramp. And actually, I think I'll save it for another video, because this teleport glitch was supposed to be the highlight. But I think there might be a way that we can get this to work in a normal run, um, based on other glitches that I've explored. And I'll get out of the tutorial because this video is just mostly about glitches in the tutorial. Anyways, I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments. If you have any questions about any glitches, I'd be happy to explain. Um, I'd like to hear your ideas, your theories about why the different versions of this happens, and if you can, if I'd love for you guys to test it out yourself. Uh, shout out to Gene20B for being an actually good moderator and not verifying the endless run that had that llama skip at the beginning. And hope you I hope you have a good day. Like, subscribe. I upload occasional content, and I plan to do more glitch stuff like this in the future. Maybe not just with Alto's Adventure, but with other games too. So subscribe if you want to see part 2 with the main, where I get out of the tutorial and do the main game. So I'll see you guys around.